We have come back after slipping even below 24,800 in the trade today. But right now it seems like all the sectors are down in trade. The sentiment is weak. Only stocks that are still hovering up are Apollo Hospitals, Bajaj Finserv, Dr. Reddy's, Tech Mahindra, Wipro and Asian Paints at this point in time. Going across to our guest right now, Nilesh Jain, Head and Vice President of Technicals and Derivatives Research at Centrum Broking, is now joining in. Hi Nilesh, good afternoon to you. I want to definitely mark out that we are just kind of getting used to of this very tragic information that has come in of a crash of the Ahmedabad London bound aircraft of Air India. We are just hoping and praying that maximum lives are saved in the efforts that all the emergency services are headed to at this point in time, but there is absolutely no confirmation on the number of injured passengers or any casualties at this point in time. We can only send in all our prayers up there. Coming back to the markets, it was 5-6 days of a run-up that we actually saw consistently holding above 25,000, but things started to swiftly turn towards the weaker side in the afternoon trade today. What really has happened?
Well, Sakshi, first of all, very disappointing and heartbreaking visuals are coming from Ahmedabad airport. It's very difficult to see those videos as well. Now, we are expecting more recoveries and praying for the safety of the affected passengers. We just hope that as many as life could be saved from this tragedy, and deepest condolence to the affected families as well. Now, coming to the markets, see, we have seen today a sharp decline from the levels of 25,200. In fact, this has been the second consecutive days of attempt that we have seen. The Nifty has made near about 25,200. That has acted as a kind of a steady wall, and from those levels we have seen a sharp decline as well. Now, after such sharp sell-off that we have seen today, the Nifty reached to its 21-day moving average support that is placed at 24,858. So that is likely to provide some bit of support. We may see a kind of a pullback, we can say, from here. This pullback may take Nifty towards 25,000, but now the range seems to have shifted towards slightly on a lower side. 24,600 will be the next important support to watch out for. We are not expecting any major crack from here. Although we have seen some bit of profit taking, or you can say selling pressure, but I think Nifty should find some amount of support from 24,800, 24,700, 24,600. These are multiple support zone in place. So we are expecting a pullback from here. Similarly, in the Bank Nifty, in fact, Bank Nifty has been laggard in last 3 consecutive sessions. We have seen underperformance in the Bank Nifty compared to the Nifty. It is inching towards its support of 56,000. So if it manages to close above 56,000, there could be possibility of a pullback in the Bank Nifty as well. So important support is at 56,000, and pullback can be seen towards 56,500 to 56,600. The volatility index is very much in the comfort zone, although today we have seen a 2% jump, but it is still trading below 14 levels, which is very much in the comfort zone for the bulls.
Okay, Nilesh, we'll go across to my colleague Karishma Sudani, who's been bringing us all of the updates on this unfortunate incident that has taken place. Karishma, we have already got to know that there were 242 people on board the aircraft that has met with an accident and has crashed. What other information that can you share with us at this point in time? We're also given to understand that the Civil Aviation Minister is already headed to Ahmedabad. Prime Minister has already told him to ensure immediate support as to whatever is needed at this point in time. But any information that you have of about what has really caused this crash, and of any injured passengers that you could share with us?
It's actually very important for us to understand that this was a Mayday call that was made by the co-pilots. Now, for the benefit of our viewers and for their knowledge, I just want to remind that Mayday is when there is an intense distress situation or a situation of grave danger, that the pilots alert the ATC or the airline officials back at the headquarters in the airport premises about something that is bothering them. And usually this situation comes only when there is either a major issue issue with the engine or power supply fail, or if there is a fire or structural failure. Both of them seem like a possibility in this one. We are picking up from sources that this could likely to be a problem with the engine failure, which the pilots were able to recognize while they were taking off this flight, and they also reached out to ATC on this issue, but until and unless an action was taken, which was just about few minutes that were involved, the plane had crashed and there was black smoke emerging out of it. We have all seen the distressing, devastating visuals that have been coming out of Ahmedabad. We still do not have a word on casualties. It is something we wouldn't want to guess, because we'd like to wait for official information to come in, but looking at the images and visuals that are coming in, it does not seem like a good situation. There were 230 passengers with 12 from the cabin crew, making it close to about 242 of them on board. The Tatas have given a statement, the DGCA has given a statement. Minister of Civil Aviation, Mr. Naidu, is right there on ground. He's arriving there, and we are expecting to hear back more from Air India in time to come.
Absolutely. So what we are given to also understand is that the plane crashed, hit the residential area of Meghani Nagar, is what we are given to understand. Some more information that's coming in by way of our sister channel India Today is that 52 British nationals were on board the Air India flight. What we are also given to understand from them is that plane had crashed 5 minutes after takeoff at 1:38 p.m. is what we are given to understand. The plane was at the maximum takeoff altitude of 625 feet, and thereafter the plane plunged at a speed of 475 feet per minute. That's a sharp nosedive kind of a situation. Karishma, if you could confirm that.
Well, on the technical part of it, Sakshi, we'll have to wait a word from the DGCA, because the way these situations can work is really tricky. But because Sakshi, we are talking about a situation like this where the Mayday call has also come in, and especially it's happening at a time where the aircraft is about to take off, and as you know, when an aircraft is about to take off, it undergoes a series of checks, especially if it's going for a long haul flight like that of Ahmedabad to London, which is quite hours long. It involves a lot of processes: fuel rechecking, engine failure rechecking, tailwinds, cleaning. And despite that, if a mayday call was given by the pilots right while they were beginning the flight, commencing the takeoff, it's not a good situation. And definitely it brings me to the whole question of the debate, the long-standing debate. The argument that has been existing is about the safety of Boeing aircrafts, and this has been under investigation for long. We have seen that the stock price of Boeing has also crashed with this news coming in, and it's not surprising because of the recent incidents that have been coming in. Let's not forget the Jeju Island, South Korea plane that had also crashed, which was a Boeing aircraft. Let's not forget the Atlantic Airways aircraft where the cockpit door was detached from the airplane while it was mid in the air, which was also a Boeing aircraft. So a big question on aircrafts by Boeing, because this is not the first, the second, the third time, but multiple times, and clearly this is going to hint for a very further difficult road for Boeing aircrafts, and also airlines who have impending huge orders. Air India has a mega order that is from Boeing, and they're expecting to get their deliveries.
Absolutely. So that's going to be a very, very big and important conversation that will follow in the boardrooms of Air India, and of course will be, definitely discussed at the power corridors as well. Remember, as India Today is flashing, is that this is the first major crash of a Boeing 787 at this point in time that we are given to understand. That's what India Today is flashing at this point too. Yes, Boeing shares in the global markets in the after hours, that's the futures market, is what we are seeing, 6.5% crash at this point in time. Karishma, keep watching all the situation. We'll keep coming back to you for all the updates that are to follow. The situation clearly does not look good, as Karishma has clearly pointed out. But of course, right now, our first hope and pray is that most of the passengers are probably brought in safe, are rescued safe from this crash, is what we are hoping and praying for. From the visuals, the sight does not look good at all. So it's a very, very unfortunate incident that we are seeing in the country at this point. Let's go back to our markets. Nilesh is with us on the program. Nilesh, that's of course we will keep talking about the incident at hand, and that really warrants all our attention as viewers and as citizens of the country too. But at the point in time when investors are looking at and were already preparing for a recovery rally sustaining, we were already setting eyes on 26,000 erstwhile highs of 26,277. Would you just see this as a breather of sorts after 5-6 days of consecutive rally? Do you see that investors should be really looking this as a buying opportunity at all?
Well, Sakshi, it's too early to comment on that because today's close is very important. If
Yes.
Nifty unable to close about 24,850, then it will be considered as a bearish setup for the markets as of now. See, as I mentioned, although we are not expecting any major crack, but yes, short term downtick may extend further. Tomorrow we may see a follow-up more on the lower side. So it is important to see how Nifty manages to give a close. We required a close about 24,850. That will still be considered as a positive close, and we can hope for a pullback move in the tomorrow's trading session. But as of now, looks like we are witnessing unwinding of the position from 25,000 strike, 24,900. These are the put writers where we have seen a lot of unwinding right now. So that will add further pressure in the market, and quite possible that Nifty may test the levels of 24,700 as well. So another 100 to 150 point move can be seen on the lower side. But yes, as mentioned, investors should not worry because we have a major support. Multiple supports are in place. Nifty is trading well above its long-term 200-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is also placed at 24,250, 24,400. So these are a couple of and important supports are still well in place. So it is better to focus on the quality stocks. If at all you get any decline in those stocks, these are the opportunities that should be used as a buying opportunity.
Okay, got that. If you could highlight for us, Nilesh, any key sectors that you are watching out for? From last 2 days, it was the IT stocks that were pulling up. Oil and gas was something that was pulling up as well. Are there any fresh sectors that you're also keeping an eye out on for the momentum to continue?
Right, Sakshi. So, in this kind of volatile environment, the focus is certainly likely to shift towards defensive. So, IT, although today we are witnessing a profit taking, but yes, Nifty Pharma will be another sector where we may see further uptick to continue. Although today, due to the market correction, these sectors are under pressure, but we are witnessing some bit of margin of safety in the Nifty Pharma pack. So sector rotation is something that we are likely to witness going forward. So Nifty Pharma looks good for 22,300 to 22,500 on the upside. 21,700 is the support for Nifty Pharma index. So the focus should be on Pharma pack. Max Healthcare is something that is looking positive on the chart. We have also recommended to our client as well. So 1230, 1250 kind of levels can be seen on the upside. 1185, 1180 in fact is the crucial support. So that should be the stop loss.
Okay, got that. We are nearing 320 right now. Any BTST, STBT trades that you'd like to highlight for our viewers, Nilesh?
Yes, so another stock that has came into my radar is Arvind Fashion. So it's a good stock, cash counter, good volume price breakout today. So Arvind Fashion is looking positive on the chart. Currently it is trading at 484. So Arvind Fashion, we are expecting a follow-up move towards 495 to 510. So 495 will be the first target. 510 could be the second target. It can be bought with a stop loss below 468. So 468 should be the stop loss in this particular stock. 495 and 510 could be the target.
Okay, got that. Let's take some more views from Nilesh here. We are given to understand that Nuvama has downgraded Coal India to reduce rating with a revised target price of 367, down from 405. This is a report that has just come in about a few minutes ago because they believe that 2 to 3% volume CAGR is at risk. EBITDA to fall 2% CAGR, increase in total COP at 4% CAGR is what they expect. They also believe earnings under pressure due to lack of the volume growth that we are seeing at this point in time. think things changing for Coal India and how you would view it? I think, remember in 2024, it was one of the stocks that was celebrated within the PSU space as the one that was having a dream run of sorts. Everybody was making statements like Coal India, whether it's creating coal or is it making diamonds, because of the kind of demand that there had been for Coal India shares. But about 8 months of consolidation and now you're getting further downgrades from the brokerage houses. How would you look at Coal India?
See, it's been almost 7 to 8 months now. The stock is stuck in a very tight range. It's constantly facing resistance near about 420 odd levels. And good part is that it has a very good support near about 360 to 380. So as of now, it is trading in no trading zone, I would say. The stock, no doubt, is looking slightly sideways to weak. We may see follow-up selling on the lower side towards 380 to 375. So as of now, it's not advisable to buy and take any sort of contra bet at present, unless and until if somebody has a view of more than 1 year. But purely from a trading perspective, I think one should avoid taking any contra bet till time it doesn't crosses above 400. If it crosses above 400, then there could be possibility of a short covering move and a follow-up move towards 410 to 420 can be seen. But as of now, it's an avoid.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in on Coal India right now. I think it was the pharma stocks that was still hovering higher until just about a few minutes, an hour ago, and those were the ones that were still holding up and bucking the trend. But what about the pharma space within the entire space of hospitals, diagnostic chains, the OEM manufacturers of pharma medicines? Are there any specific stocks that are coming onto your radar?
Pharma pack, we are quite bullish, specifically the main pharma stocks like Cipla, Glenmark. In fact, these stocks are looking positive on the chart. Apart from that, hospital stocks are also looking positive. So Apollo Hospital is something that is showing strength and looks positive. The counter is constantly taken support near about its 21-day moving average and 50 DMA, which is currently placed at 6,930. So 6,910 should be the stop loss for the long position. Apollo Hospital can be bought for further upside towards 7,100 to 7,200. So this will be particular hospital stocks within that space. Apollo Hospital looks positive.
Apollo Hospitals looks positive at this point in time. Okay, let me just look at some of the broader market performers at this point. Force Motors is up today 5.8% higher in trade. Landmark Property Developers is up 7%. Tanla Platforms since morning it's been up. Innova CapTap is up 8% odd or so. We are also looking at Sterlite Technologies. This was up since morning because of the order from BSNL. Subros is up about 10-11 odd percent in trade. That's also up in trade. So several stocks that are holding up within the broadest index. Tilak Nagar Industries, after recovering from yesterday's losses, is also up in trade. Broader markets for you, Nilesh, anything that strikes your attention there?
Couple of stock specific, in fact, I would say stock specific move is something that we are witnessing in broader markets. Although the broader markets are also facing resistance and selling pressure today. So few selective names are looking positive, specifically from the chemical space. Stocks like Navin Fluorine, that is looking positive on the chart. And in spite of selling that we have seen today, this counter is outperforming. And we may see a follow-up move towards 4,600 to 4,680 on the upside. So with a stop loss below 4,430, Navin Fluorine can be bought. And apart from that, if you look at the stocks like SW Solar, AstraZeneca, in fact, these are the counters where we have seen a constant strength in last couple of trading sessions. So the momentum looks strong. And today, in spite of selling pressure across the sector, these are few stocks which are bucking the trend and looking strong on the chart as well.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out. There are some more statements and information that's coming in on the Ahmedabad Air India flight crash that we have seen today. Unfortunate incident, a tragic accident that we have seen today for Air India 171 Boeing 787 flight. The statements are that 169 are Indian nationals that were on board. We have 53 British nationals, 1 Canadian national and 7 Portuguese nationals were on board the aircraft as well. Now some more statements that are coming in from Air India. is on their Twitter. They have put this out. The second tweet from Air India that's gone on today after the accident. Air India confirms that flight AI 171 from Ahmedabad to London Gatwick was involved in an accident today after takeoff. The flight, which departed from Ahmedabad at 1:38 hours, 13:38 hours they say, was carrying 242 passengers and crew members on board the Boeing 787-8 aircraft. Of these, 169 are Indian nationals, 53 British nationals, 1 Canadian national and 7 Portuguese nationals. The injured are being taken to the nearest hospitals. We have also set up a dedicated passenger hotline number 1800569144 to provide more information. Air India is giving full cooperation to the authorities investigating this incident. Air India will release further information via regular updates on its X handle x.com/Air India and on airindia.com. That's the information that we had, and we just wanted to point that out to you. Let's look at the Indian aviation stocks as to how are they reacting. Let's look at Indigo. We do know that Boeing has been correcting in the global markets in the futures trade, but let's look at how Interglobe Aviation, SpiceJet, GMR Airports Infra, how are all of these airports really and aviation stocks performing. 3.4% down for Interglobe Aviation, 5437. GMR Airports Infra 3% down in trade. Let's also pull up SpiceJet for all our viewers to see at this point in time. This is an unfortunate incident, a very tragic one, devastating visuals that we have seen, but there is little that we can do at this point in time other than passing on the information to you viewers as far as this incident is concerned. But let's talk about the aviation space, the stocks there. Nilesh, Indigo has so far been seen as one of the wealth creators in the stock market's portfolios of investors. It has proven its financial performance. It has proven the stock market performance all along. We had seen even higher highs for this one. In fact, there is a monopoly of Indigo in terms of the listed space that we have, because Air India is not listed. Vistara, which is combined with Air India, is not listed. It's only Indigo. SpiceJet, which is a beleaguered airline whose share prices are far too low and hardly discussed at this point. But what would you say on Indigo, particularly at 5439, with respect to the market share that it has, the performance it has been showing, the stock price that it has been displaying as well?
Well, Sakshi, Indigo still carries leadership in the aviation space and structure as well. If you see, the counter has given a good returns to the investor, and I don't think so there will be any major correction in this particular stock. But since looking at the market volatility, markets have corrected. So likewise, we are also witnessing correction in the aviation space as well. As far as Indigo, this particular stock is concerned, has a very good support near about 5,250. So 5250 should be the stop loss for the existing long position if somebody is already holding. Fresh long entry should be avoided for the time being. Looking at the correction in the market, we are expecting some consolidation with negative bias to continue. Better to avoid taking any contra bet for trading purpose. But yes, if somebody has already invested, can continue to hold this particular stock from a longer term perspective. This stock has a potential to test 5,700, 5,800 going forward.
Okay, got that. We also have some tweets of leaders like Gautam Adani, business leader, who's writing on Twitter, and I'm just going to quote from his tweet. He said, and I quote, "We are shocked and deeply saddened by the tragedy of Air India Flight 171. Our hearts go out to the families of who have suffered an unimaginable loss. We are working closely with all authorities and extending full support to the families on the ground." Unquote. That's what has been tweeted by Mr. Gautam Adani at this point in time as well. We are nearing 3:30. It's the expiry session for the week. But Nilesh, if I have to ask you the outlook on the markets for the June series, what would that be?
See, outlook for the June series still looks on a positive side given the kind of rollover data we have seen for the June series, as well as given the kind of a structure that we have seen, I still believe that once this consolidation gets over, we can expect another leg on the upside. This is just a market volatility since the VIX have cooled off sharply in last few trading session. So it has reached to its multi-month support zone of 13 to 14. So quite possible that from here we may see some bit of spike in IVs that will have some bit of pressure in the market. But as of now, looking at the kind of a setup that we are witnessing in the Nifty, there are multiple support, as I mentioned. 24,600, 24,500 is the important support, followed by 24,000. That's the 200-day moving average. So if at all we see any dip towards 24,600, 24,500, that can be a good opportunity to create a long position in the index, because we still believe that for the June series, Nifty's range is intact. 24,000 to 25,200. That's the broader range. Narrow range could be 24,500 to 25,200. So somewhere around 24,500, we should find Nifty taking support and witnessing a rebound. Similarly, for the Bank Nifty as well, we are hoping that the Bank Nifty should find support near about 55,500 and give a decent pullback towards 56,500 to 57,000. So in this kind of selling pressure and market, since markets are volatile, the focus should be on sectors and stocks. So as mentioned, pharma, IT, these are the sectors where we are getting more comfort. Any further dip from here will give opportunity to accumulate private sector bank NBFC space as well.
Okay, got that. Nilesh, thank you so much for being with us on the show and helping our viewers out with your outlook there. Viewers, the markets have slipped, and ended below 24,900. We are seeing a